What is up, guys? Let's get into another trade recap of July 9th, 2026. Absolute banger, 6 minutes into market open. Let's get into it, though. Such a textbook day. I'm in Hawaii, so New York AM session opens up at like 3 in the morning or like 3:30. So, I had to wake up early, set an alarm for 3:15, woke up, got on the charts, took this trade, absolute banger, and then we went back to bed. But let's get into it. So, on the 4-hour time frame, yesterday I set a condition for myself for my daily bias. I wanted to see about yesterday. We were around this area and we were inside of this 4-hour bearish gap. I said to myself, if we respect this 4-hour bearish gap, we can look for continuation shorts, and I'll have a bearish bias yesterday. Overnight we inversed it, leading to a switch to bullish order flow, meaning I'm bullish, and I'm bullish until this 4-hour right here gets hit. So with that being said, I had a bullish bias going into this. I wanted to take continuation longs, higher time frame continuation, lower time frame reversals. What was my key level that I used today? Well, there's this hourly gap right here that I wanted to see price open lower and then get a high close, manipulate into this hourly gap, and maybe retrace back up to that 4-hour. On MES, it was the same kind of idea, same bias. However, there was no hourly gap, but there was a 30-minute gap here and a 15-minute gap here. So same idea, open low, manipulate into these higher time frame gaps, and then trade the move back up. Open low, high close. Let's get into the 1-minute time frame, market open on NASDAQ. Where are we? Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, we had our 4-hour objective up here and this hourly right here. So the kind of idea was we manipulate lower into the hourly, take a long up, or we manipulate higher into the 4-hour and take a short back down to this hourly. Either way, right? But I prefer to take a long just because my bias is bullish. So market opens 9:30 or 3:30 in Hawaii, which kind of sucks. We manipulate instantly towards that hourly fair value gap, which this line is marking out, and we also form a bullish SMT with ES. So if I look at this from here to there, and then when I switch to MES, it changes, right? And that's the two assets are paired, so it's a divergence in the marketplace. So ES is predicting that NASDAQ's going to go higher, so that's what an SMT is. Same thing, MES manipulated into the 30-minute and the 15-minute fair value gap, expecting an open, low, high close. I don't trade ES, but this was honestly a really nice trade here. If you took this small 1-minute inverse was freaking banger. I took the same thing just on NASDAQ, right? However, on NASDAQ, there was no 1-minute inverse. It was honestly kind of a discretion trade. However, I do not have the 30-second chart, but there was a 30-second inverse and a 30-second CISD, which is enough confirmation for me to take this long. However, when I saw this absolute Diddy candle right here, I knew that there was definitely a 30-second or 15-second fair value gap there. So this displacing candle through it tells me that we're going to be disrespecting 30-second gaps or 15-second, whatever, right? So clear displacement candle. Even though there's no IFEG, you can kind of just tell there is one on the 30-second. Entered right here, break even at this internal high. Break even literally instantly. I think it shot up here in like 15 seconds. And then overall just kind of targeting a 1-to-1 risk reward. Stops go below the low right here. This should be a protected low inside of an hourly gap with an SMT. Kind of just targeting this high and a 1-to-1. Could have put my take profit at this 4-hour gap, which probably would have been smarter. However, just went for the 1-to-1 to get your piece of the pie. And yeah, that was the trade. Really simple trade recap. So textbook today. Clean price, really clean price action. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Judas swing into an hourly with an SMT, 1-minute inverse or 30-second inverse, targeting a 4-hour. It doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, that was the trade. Whew, my gosh, so early. I'm so sleepy. Having to wake up at 3 in the morning. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, that was the trade recap. Peace.